This is an SM Media production. Hello folks, and welcome to the latest episode of the SM Media Pro Wrestling Show, and it is here, the granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania 40. We are going to do our prediction shows, and for the first time ever on the SM Media Pro Wrestling Show, there's a forfeit for the loser, and we'll get into that later on at the end of the episode. To join me as always, it is a pleasure to welcome the one and only Scott Young. Scott, this is one of my favourite weekends of the year. I cannot wait, and for the first time in years, the build is great, the card is great, the promotion has been superb, and this is the makings of an all-time WrestleMania.
The excitement level for this WrestleMania, I've not seen it in years.
No.
Maybe 30, because you had the Daniel Bryan stuff.
Yeah.
But before that, I wasn't around for X7, but apparently that was through the roof. Based on everything anyone's ever said about it. Before that, obviously after it, it's all-time mania. But before it, there was excitement levels through the roof. And this isn't far off that. I'm looking at the card now. There's one, maybe two sleeper matches, which you're always going to get in a mania. But the rest of the card, even the sleeper matches could be fun. I'm buzzing for this mania. I'm more buzzing for something else that's happening on Sunday. But, mania in general, I'm just looking forward to mania. Because I always love mania. Even the years I wasn't watching, I'd always tune in for the Rumble and I'd always tune in for mania. I wasn't watching between 2012 and 2015. I'd always watch the Rumbles and I'd always watch mania. And this card, from top to bottom, to quote Sheamus, banger after banger after banger.
Yeah, and we'll get into all 13 matches in a moment, but we'll be remiss if we don't talk about two major pieces of news that came out during the week. We'll start with probably news that helps us more than it helps most. For the first time ever, WWE are running a premium live event in Scotland. They're going to have the second Clash of the Castle at the Hydro on June the 15th, I think it is. Scott, I hate the name, but it's amazing, and I really hope we're there. We're trying, fingers crossed. I really hope I'm there because I've been waiting for this ever since. As a long-time wrestling fan, this was unthinkable, and now we're getting a pay-per-view event. But if they called it any other name other than Clash at the Castle, I would have been happy. The name sucks. I know it's going with it's clearly a WWE UK thing. There's no castles in Glasgow. It could have been called anything else. Hydration at the Hydro, something like that. Anything but Clash at the Castle.
Hydration at the Hydro might be worse. But the 100% going to show Edinburgh Castle during it. Edinburgh Castle was 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Culzean. They could have done it at Culzean Castle. Anywhere.
Yeah. Stirling's no far, to be fair. Stirling, 45 minutes.
Yeah, but, Showdown in Stirling. Showdown in Stirling, that's what it should have been called.
Do you remember, I don't know if you heard this story. This is how WWE see the UK. See when they flew from America to the UK for Cardiff, do you know they flew to Heathrow and drove down to Wales?
Did they? I didn't know that.
They flew to Heathrow and drove, rather than fly to Cardiff, which has an airport. Pretty big airport.
Quite a big one, yeah. Quite a big one. It's not Cardiff's quite a big city.
They flew Heathrow, which is about 3-hour drive. I'm not sure my geography. That's how it is. It's probably
not far. It's not far. Maybe more, but yeah. But again,
that just shows.
For us as fans and Scottish fans that watch this show, this was never ever possible up until now. Obviously with Raw at the Hydro and things like that. Braehead Arena I went to a couple of times, but this was unthinkable, and now it shows you that we're getting Do you know what I mean? What we've moaned for years about, well, we can't watch pay-per-views. We're getting them. Do you know what I mean? There's more pay-per-views this year we're going to be able to watch in our time than American time. Like, we've got 2 Saudi shows, 3 European shows with Australia. I don't know where else they could go, like, this year. I mean, and again, it's just it's just so good. I just hope we're there. I've rejigged everything. I hope we can get there. That's going to be monumental. But we also did have a bit of news this week regarding an interview on an MMA show. Now,
it's just a small interview.
We'll probably touch a lot more on this in the next couple of weeks. See when we've got the after WrestleMania death that we see for a few weeks before, like Paris. We'll maybe go into it in a bit more detail. But Scott, CM Punk was obviously on Ariel Helwani. One thing I want to say before we talk about the details of the interview, I think Ariel Helwani is one of the best interviewers out there. Like, I literally just watched the Cody Rhodes interview with Pat McAfee before we come on. And I love Pat McAfee as a commentator. I love him as a character, but as an interviewer, he's terrible. Michael Cole was great there. Ariel Helwani made that process so easy to listen to as well. Punk's great, but I just love that interview. Now, there's a lot of really damning things in it, but in terms of an interview, it's probably one of the best wrestling interviews I've watched. I'm not going to lie. It was start to finish. I've watched it. I've listened to it twice.
Yeah. I've listened to half of it twice and the other half only once. But I think, talk about Helwani first of all. I think Helwani, as you said, is a great interview. Like, I could listen to him, like, even some of his stuff. Like, he never misses a beat. He's not.
No.
Like, even his MMA stuff. Like, I'm sort of a big-ish UFC fan. Mm-hmm. Like, he's interviewed big names in the UFC before, and he doesn't pick a side with anything. You think he picks more of a side where it's quite clear he's more WWE than AEW guy. I think that's fair to say more than anything.
I think that decision was made after one of his worst interviews. I think that decision was cut and dry then, but that's really the only bad interview I've ever seen him done, and it wasn't his fault.
No, but I think with that Tony, I'll speak about the Punk interview in a second. I think with that Tony interview, I think Helwani could have done a bit beforehand. He basically could have said to Tony, "Can you speak about Brawl Out?" And if Tony said no, that's fine. You don't ask him about it. And then you can put a wee piece saying Tony was unable to speak about All Out because
I think it's quite clear now why he wasn't able to speak about All Out. I think there was 3 letters sum that up.
I think the police were involved at one point, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Like there was talk of Ace Steel getting the jail. That was strange.
Right. Overall, how does it make Punk look first? Because I don't think Punk's 100% in the right. I don't think even Punk thinks that. But it certainly comes off, if anything close to what's been said is true, he comes off far better than the opposition there, in my opinion anyway.
I think that Jack Perry stuff, speaking of Jack Perry's the main one, but that's not really what I took away from the interview. Jack Perry stuff, take it or leave it. I don't think anyone is right in that situation.
No.
Jack Perry shouldn't have said what he did. Punk shouldn't have choked him out, because that's just stupid. What are you doing? I think Tony sort of just said, I really want to see the CCTV footage. Apparently there's footage out there of this. I really want to see it. Yeah. But from what I believe, Tony's just said...
I know somebody that has seen it. I've spoke to somebody that has seen it, and they said it's quite bad for both.
Oh, God. I want to see this thing. No, but what I took away from this most is 2 main things. First of all, Punk in London. The fact no one was there to meet him.
That's shocking, by the way.
If that's true, that's horrendous.
Yeah.
From what was coming out at the time, I think it was something to do with the travel guys, an elite person.
I think he did not go to school with one of the Bucks. I think
like that. He's a power of the elite, basically.
Yeah.
If what we're read is to believe, which is one of you could look into is why Punk was traveling the tube to get to his hotel, getting Ubers and stuff.
It's just a lack of. It's just a lack of management. That's what it is. Like
Punk on one side. Punk, maybe there's a reason. Maybe there's a reason. But if we only have Punk's side, the probably will only have Punk's side. So that's what we can really judge off. But the other thing's his injury. Like, he
Yeah.
said something about it, like, he had to find his own surgeon, to find his own PT.
That's
to find his
embarrassing.
own
And he was
physio.
right what he said about there was a thing came out about the Jacksonville Jaguars not long after that interview. They said that one of the poorest in terms of player management relations in the league in the NFL. So it's not just an AEW thing. It's a whole need to sort this thing. This is quite a bad look. Overall, I just think it's terrible. It's a terrible look for AEW. I think what we feared about the lack of professionalism is now clear to see. Like, this is what we've been kind of thinking, and now we've got a voice that's terrible. I mean, it's nothing short of terrible.
I mean, Punk said one line that I've said pretty much from the start, and that is, Tony's a nice guy, and that's a detriment. I've said that from the beginning. I said that before All Out, but that All Out presser kind of showed that for me more than anything.
Yeah.
Is when Punk is talking what he is about his Tony's business partners, his top face and Hangman at the time. I mean, and Tony's literally sitting there. I said this at the time. If that's Triple H or Steph, Punk's getting dragged out of that press conference by his earlobe.
Yeah.
And but like what? I keep saying this because I think it's important to say we only know Punk's side. We don't know
but what
Tony's side or the travel side or anything like this.
But we'd heard this at the time in relation to the first Jack Perry incident. Why is Tony Schiavone not going to Tony Khan? Why is he going to CM Punk? Because he knows if he goes to CM Punk, that's a better chance of getting dealt with. Now, that's more damning to me than anything, because you've got a guy in Tony Khan. You've got a guy in Tony Khan who's clearly the boss because he has the money, but none of the boys respect him as the owner and the man in charge. That's where AEW is not going to work in the way we want it to, because you're not going to have if the boss is not respected as a boss. We all work. You have to respect your boss. You have to look at your boss as first and foremost the person in charge. You can't look at them as a mate, because that's where it gets quite hard to have that's where it gets quite hard to follow. Because if they are you think you're above them, that's damning. That's just damning for the whole situation. That's the one thing I take away from it, is that as long as Tony's there, and I've said for a long, long time, Tony needs somebody to work under him. No, he doesn't. Tony needs to be away from running he can run the company, he can do creative. He's not a good booker, but he's not a manager. You know what I mean? He's not a terrible booker, but he's not like Jim Cornette in the 90s. He's not that. He's not like, do you know what I mean?
He's a better matchmaker than he is booker. He's a phenomenal matchmaker.
He's a good matchmaker, but that's not what he needs somebody there to take control of that situation, because this isn't going to be the last incident we have backstage in AEW. It's not, because it's a circus. And as long as this is allowed, it's going to be a circus. That's where he needs to. I need a guy to help me here.
I think he had that guy and let him go. Let him go, and he's about the main event WrestleMania twice.
Yeah, well, that again. Yeah, but we'll never know what happened there. But I have my suspicions. I think a lot of people have their suspicions. And then you've got another guy who's another big star who was probably going to main event at WrestleMania, coming out saying what we're all thinking. I mean, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. This week of all weeks. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got AEW Dynamite Wednesday night. Again, another really good show. Brilliant show. But why is Adam Copeland doing a promo about how good AEW is? It's not Adam Copeland's company to do that. He's the last person that should be doing that.
The most damning thing about AEW this week, more than the Punk interview, more than the I keep wanting to call him Edge, more Adam Copeland promo,
Exactly.
is the fact that you had Cody Rhodes go in area aren't convenient enough and be an AEW guy. He spoke so highly of AEW. So you've got the guy who's main event WrestleMania twice, and you've got the most WWE guy in your roster coming out and praising your company. What's going on there? You should have Mr. AEW. Who is Mr. Hangman? But he's not there.
Mr. AEW is probably Jericho. At the moment, probably Jericho. Well, it is though.
He's the second WWE guy in the roster. If you're looking at, I don't know if it's Jericho. I think
maybe Moxley, but I wouldn't have Moxley do anything promotion wise for AEW. He's such a terrible talker. Like,
I think you're looking at. I think it is between Hangman and MJF as the two AEW guys. If you're looking at start, the Hangman's slightly different because obviously he's big in New Japan and whatever. But if you're looking at stars they've built from almost the MJF, he built it from the ground up. Literally. Like I think he said it himself. Don't know if you remember the big statement he put out before World's End. I think I said it. He was because he's still playing off like his contract's expired, even though it's definitely not. He said, I was meant to be your standard mid-card heel. He spot with Bret Hart, or Bret Hart didn't get physical with him, did he? Double or nothing in 2019. Jack Whitehall was there for some reason.
That's the one where he said about MJF shouted there's a fan behind Bret not long after the Hall of Fame thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
Jack Whitehall was there because I don't know why he was there.
Yeah, him and Tony Khan are friends, aren't they? Like that kind of tells you. And I'm not against Jack Whitehall, but it's kind of the most damning video for Tony Khan for me is the Giannis Antetokounmpo thing. That'll always be the most damning thing because that's not an owner of a company. That's a marking out for a basketball player. Now I would probably be the same, but I'm not running a wrestling company.
No,
I'm not in charge. I've not got 120 men and women in the roster who could probably take me in a fight. Like,
do you remember the story when Punk returned to Collision? Where Tony Khan shot CM Punk as he's walking past him he's like, obviously Tony's in Gorilla and Punk's walking by him and apparently Tony Khan starts chanting CM Punk.
Was that the one Bill night?
Yeah, that was the first night of Collision.
Yeah.
First time Punk would be on telly for X amount of months. Oh man.
Right. Let's get into it.
But we started the way we should.
Yeah, let's get into it. We're here. WrestleMania 40. Our predictions, we've got 13 matches. We're going to start from night 1 and work our way towards night 2. Scott, let's start with the opening match. What we think is going to be the opening match, which is going to be the 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed tag team titles. It is going to be Judgment Day defending against DIY, New Day, Awesome Truth, New Catch Republic, and A-Town Down. Now, there was an interesting wee piece of news coming out during the week that said whatever team gained the first title doesn't mean the match is over. So both titles are on the line, but separately. Scott, who you got to win and why? Because they are splitting the tag belts.
Do I need to assign a team to each belt, or can I just say two teams and whatever?
Yeah, just 2 teams.
Right, just 2 teams, right? So I don't need to assign one to the wrong one to SmackDown.
No. Right. No, that doesn't matter.
I think Awesome Truth are a safe bet. Awesome Truth are a safe bet.
I would go with that. Yep.
It's between DIY and New Catch Republic.
I am going to go for New Catch Republic.
I'm going to go because I was going to go New Catch Republic.
Yeah, I think SmackDown need the tag team. So.
I think whoever gets the SmackDown one's going to SmackDown anyway. Whether they're sent to SmackDown. I think the drafts will be in like a few weeks. The draft's normally a week or 2 after Mania.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Awesome Truth and New Catch Republic. Because New Catch Republic have been the ones backstage talking about. They've been kind of the main ones on SmackDown talking about the tag belts more. And going in their call this saying what we do with this. So they've been kind of in the mix. So I think they're a good bet. So I'm going to New Catch Republic.
And I think it's important as well because I think Awesome Truth, the one thing that isn't going to jump out at you when you think of Awesome Truth is going to be they're going to be the tag. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to be Revival 2016. Awesome Truth's going to be a bit of a comedy show. That's how it's going to happen, by the way. R-Truth's going to pull down one of the titles. Like, he's going to do something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be...
folk or something.
Yeah, it'll be something ridiculous like that. And then Miz will jump, I don't know. He'll jump for a ladder and accidentally grab it or something. That's how it will go down.
Aye.
I think whoever goes... Now, I wouldn't be bothered if it was Theory and Waller as well, because I think they could... Whoever wins out the... If A-Town Down or New Catch Republic win, they'll feud with each other.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You've got quite a good tag division in SmackDown. Do you know what I mean? You've got these
two.
You've got
Tournament
Pretty
to get
Deadly.
into this.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Pretty Deadly, you've got Legado del Fantasma, you've got Angel and Umberto. There's good teams, so you can do more, and then you can bring a couple up to NXT.
I think I was going to say, you might be looking at the Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker soon.
Yeah, something like that.
Braun Breaker signed to SmackDown.
Yeah. But we're both in agreement that we're going to go for Awesome Truth to win one and New Catch Republic the other.
Yes.
Right, next one. Let's move into the Brothers Uso do battle. Jay versus Jimmy. It's a long time coming. We're getting it. Who you got and why?
Jay.
Okay.
I just think Jay's a bigger star. I think he's a better wrestler. He's more over. I think all signs point to Jay. The only reason I can see Jimmy winning is it leads into the other bloodline stuff. But I think Jay's a safer bet.
I think Jimmy needs it more. So I'm going to go with Jimmy. And I think
he does. I think he does need it more.
Solo gets involved, I think. And it leads to what's going to happen throughout the night. But I think Bloodline are going to have a pretty strong night one. So I'm going to go with Jimmy.
Do we see Tama Tonga get involved?
Not here. Not here. I think if you watch NXT, I think you saw The Rock's daughter make a phone call. I think he's going to NXT.
But in that phone call, she was talking about being Mr. NXT. She was talking about something. I think the same thing. Is that the NXT Anonymous clip?
Yeah, I didn't see that bit, but she was talking to someone and she said something about our roots. I'm pretty sure. So
I missed that, but I think I had something to do with someone who has Mr. NXT. Something who I read it as someone who's got a history in NXT, which made me think Big E to be a commentator or something like that.
Possibly. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it could be. Could be something like that. Mr. NXT, that's quite tough. Like you're thinking, who's Mr. NXT?
Cole.
Yeah. Bo Dallas?
I think if Bo Dallas come back, he's Mr. Howdy. He's Uncle Howdy.
Yeah, we could see. I mean, it could be interesting, but we're going different here. You're going for Jay, I'm going for Jimmy.
Yes.
Right, next match, we've got the 6-woman tag. We have Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill and Naomi taking on Damage Control, Dakota Kai, Asuka and Kairi Sane. I think we're both going to be in agreement here. I think this is a showcase for a certain Jade Cargill.
Yep, faces win.
Yeah, and I think we might see a wee bit of dissension between Bianca and Jade. I think we might see Jade just look amazing and Bianca keeps up her wee WrestleMania streak that she's got going, but there's a wee bit of resentment she didn't pick up the win.
Yeah, maybe like shake hands, maybe go shake hands and she walks away, something like that. But
yeah,
either way, Jade's getting the pin.
Jade's getting the pin. So we're 3 matches in. We're going to go to the next match, Scott, which is going to be LWO, which is going to be Rey Mysterio and his new partner Dragon Lee against Santos Escobar and Dirty Dom Mysterio. Who you got and why?
The masked individuals. Rey and Dragon Lee.
Okay.
Purely
I'm
because...
going the opposite.
Oh, wait. No. I just had a thought. In fact, no, I'm going to stick with him. In fact, I don't know. This is because it's a forfeit. This is tougher. Ray won last year, didn't he?
Yep.
Ray beat Dominic last year.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go I'm gonna get Dominic to get his win back and even it up.
That was exactly
maybe do the
way that was
retirement.
going down.
Maybe do the retirement next year. I just thought of that.
That's,
yeah. So go one each and then have Ray Dom next year. Hair versus Mask or Hair versus Career or something like that.
I also thought we might see a wee apple spit go the wrong direction.
Oh,
And
I
that
don't
might
need
lead
to turn
to...
them now.
No, you don't need to turn them. No, I think it will be maybe what we saw with Santos against Ray. Remember when Santos cost Ray against Logan? Something like that, and then you build to it later on.
Santos being the
And
stupidest man in wrestling.
yeah, I think Carlito gets involved because you saw behind Ray on Friday night, he did not look happy when, or he looked glaringly not happy that Dragon Lee was taking his place. I think this could be very, very good, by the way. I think this could be, maybe not a show stealer, but I think it could be a very underrated match on the card. I'm actually quite looking forward to this. And I think we're both in agreement that Santos and Dom win. I think we managed to get there in the end, but I think that's going to be making quite a good showcase.
Yeah, well, you saw last year's Mania, the sort of showcase tag match.
Mm-hmm.
See if I remember the teams. Street Profits, Braun Strowman and Ricochet, Alpha Academy. Who was the fourth team?
Can't remember. Honestly. Viking Raiders, maybe?
But that's maybe. That's going to annoy me. I'm going to get up.
Can't remember.
Because Chad Gable on the spot where he suplexed like 14 folk at one point.
I thought it was Viking Raiders. I might be wrong.
It might be Viking Raiders, but here we go. It was Viking Raiders.
Yeah, it is. This could be good. I'm looking forward to this. Right, next match on the card, Scott. We have the Women's World Championship match. A match that has been built on Becky Lynch's daughter, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. Who you got?
This is, I said to you before, we could write it. Said to you before, there's a couple matches I'm not 100% sure on, and this is one of them. Because before, for a while, I was thinking Becky wins. But the closer we've got to it, the more I think Rhea's going to win.
I don't think it's time to end Rhea's run yet. I think she can go a lot longer.
I think you go Rhea and then you spin it off into a live feud.
Yeah, that's...
So I'm going to go Rhea.
And I think Judgment Day are going to have a bad night as it is with the losing the tag belts. So I don't think they need both.
And if Dom's the only Judgment Day guys that wins as well, he's been kind of... not... They've kind of had a bit of tension with him going to SmackDown and not telling them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Dom winning could have a bit of a story to it as well.
Yeah, I think Rhea retains. I don't think they're ready. I don't think she needs to lose yet. Now, the build has been okay. It's not been great. You know what I mean? It was made a wee bit better by the Ariel Helwani stuff, but I mean, I think this could have been.
I thought that Helwani stuff was bad. It looked.
I think it gave a wee bit of a feel to it. I know that was the only thing, but again, I think it needed. I think Rhea, just the interview she's done this week, she's been brilliant. Like she always has, to be fair. So, do you know what I mean? She's been tremendous, but I just think the overall way this match build has went just hasn't been for me. So I'm gonna go Rhea. Next time, I think just keep her on it. You can go Rhea, Liv. It's kind of leading to another point I want to make later. I think Becky's really done phenomenal this year, but she doesn't need the title at the moment. So I mean, you might see her take a bit of time off.
I also saw an idea. You keep it on Rhea till next Mania, and do Rhea Bianca. They get title versus streak.
Possibly, yeah, something like that.
That
I
could
mean,
be fun.
It's not time. I don't think it's time. I think it would be a bit of a blow doing it now. Do you know what I mean? I think it's still. I think there's still enough left. Not like the title reigns kind of falling. Do you know what I mean? It's not as if it's falling apart. She's still. I mean, you saw Elimination Chamber. She's still. Do you know what I mean? She's next level. You're actually looking at this feud now thinking is Becky on Rhea's level, not the opposite as what it would have been a couple of years ago. And that kind of tells you that it's not right. I don't think it's time. So both going Rhea?
Yeah, both going Rhea.
Both going Rhea. Right, next one, Intercontinental Championship. Another long title reign. Could it end? Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Scott, who you got and why?
Gunther. I Although Triple H does love Rocky, doesn't he?
But we're getting Rocky at the end of night 2.
I think you're getting Rocky here because you've got even our training montages on Raw.
Oh yeah.
So I
No,
think
that's been good to be fair.
Does Triple H know that any other movies exist?
Do you not watch those promos though thinking, why is it not Chad? Why, like, that's all that. Like, I think Sammy is a good opponent. I think it'll be a great match. I think probably the match of the night. But I don't think Sammy's the guy. I think there's only 2 guys for me that end Gunther's reign. It's either Gable or Eliab when he comes in. But I don't think Sammy's that guy. Like, I think Sammy will go straight into a feud with the world champion, or Jay does. I don't think he needs to win this.
I'm going to stick with Gunther, even though I can definitely see Sammy winning because Triple H loves Rocky, as we know. And Rocky wins at the end of Rocky 2 because last year Montreal was Rocky 1, or you beat his hometown, everyone build up, you beat the Rocky 2, which is this year's Mania, facing Big Monster bloke, and he wins. So, but I'm going to stick with, I think Gunther's a safer bet.
Good stuff, yeah. I think we're pretty much in agreement, apart from Jay and Jimmy. Final match on night 1 is going to be the Bloodline, Roman Reigns and The Rock versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. This could be carnage. This could be
a lot of fun. I can't wait.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe not as fun as night 2 could be, but this will be really impressive. Who you got and why?
Bloodline.
Yeah, me too.
The only thing I can see them doing, Cody and Seth, is because they don't pin either of them. So obviously Cody's going for the belt, and Seth the champ. You don't really want to pin your champ, but you're more likely to pin Seth than you have to pin Roman or Rock.
I think Rock pins Cody.
I've seen that theory going about. I would stay as far away from pinning Cody as possible. I think you pin Seth.
But do you not start? Is that not leading into your Rocky theory though? Let's make him the biggest underdog possible. How many WrestleMania main eventers get pinned the night before? How many WrestleMania main eventers are probably going to bleed and get hit with belts and, you know what I mean? Probably get hit, but probably their mama's going to. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's going to be so much in this match. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Rock makes Mama Rhodes bleed. Like, it's just literally going to be that insane.
Have you seen about Cody's boss?
Yeah, I've seen that there, yeah.
Cody's boss went up in flames.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
He saved 2 items, and I really want to know what the 2 items were. As long as Pharaoh's alright, then I'm happy.
I think that will be. I think it'll be something to do with his dad.
It'll be his weight belt.
And probably something like that. Yeah, it will be.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think we see. Do you know what I'm hoping we're going to see in night 2? I think you keep this just 2-on-2. I don't think this
Jimmy
needs.
Solo?
Probably, yeah, like you could, but I don't think that this needs it. I think
I'm waiting for the main event to be the most overbooked match in WrestleMania history.
Yeah, and can't wait for that. By the way, it's going to be the best overbooked match. Like I've got a theory of how it's going to turn out.
It'll be Vince Shane X7 levels overbooked. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think Rock pins Cody. I think it's going to be. I think you keep Roman quite quiet in the match. I don't think he needs to be taking. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he needs to be doing much. I don't think this will be a long match, and I don't think this will be like a proper tag team match. I think it'll be like brawling in the arena and things like that. I think it'll be quite insane, and that's probably the best way you cover Rock's in-ring stuff.
Yeah.
So to me, I think night 1. I think the heels. I think Bloodline have a strong night 1. I think I've pretty much got every heel winning apart from the tag match and Jade.
Newcastle Republic.
Yeah.
But
like
yeah,
the tag match and Jade, I think.
Heavy.
Yeah. Which makes night 2 all the more different. Let's move into night 2 straight away. We are going to have. We'll start with the Philadelphia Street Fight, the Pride, Bobby Lashley, and the Street Profits against the Final Testament, which is going to be Karrion Kross and AOP. Who you got and why?
Cross and the boys.
Okay, right, we're different there.
Purely because they need it. I can see.
And you're not just done with this, though. You're not just done with Karrion Kross. Like, what else can they do? Do you know what I mean? Is it going to
Like
build?
Triple H is, but Triple H loves the boy. Triple H has always loved Karrion Kross. And then, but he can't really wrestle, can he? Like, we must speak with this.
His promo what's been good, to be fair. I just think Lashley's just. I mean, there's a few WrestleMania moments. We're going to see Philadelphia Street Fight makes me a bit more intrigued with this, because I think we'll see some carnage. We'll see
something tall, wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
The stage with the XL.
Stage is brilliant. Yeah, stage is brilliant.
It's not as good as last year's, but last year's was stunning.
Last year's was really good. Yeah, last year's was good. But I think it was. I like the WrestleMania across the line. By the way, I like that. And
yeah,
so I think it's pretty good. I just think Lashley do you know what I mean? I just think it's better if they win. Do you know what I mean? I've said to you before, I raved about Karrion Kross in NXT. This is boring. Do you know what I mean? His promo what's been good. His promo what's been the only good thing about him recently. Like, and it's not even been on TV. It's been on WWE.com. It's been.
Paul Ellering's got the best job in the world.
Yeah.
He just stands
there
and does nothing.
Just stands there.
Stands there, looks bald with his hand crossed. He gets paid a lot of money. Best job in the world.
I mean, he looks 40.
He looks
I think he's 80. I think he looks 75. Like, not young.
Surely he's 70.
70, is he?
70.
Maybe, not far away. Lashley and the Street Profits for me. I think you'll see a bit of B-Fab and Scarlett. Again, that'll just be a bit chaotic, but I'll like things like that. Lashley will pin.
Kross has to win. Kross has. For the sake of the
usual me would go Karrion Kross needs this, but I'm just kind of done with it. But I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I'm kind of bored of it. Like, I'm bored of Karrion Kross. Like, cut his hair, put him back to NXT, and you might be able to do. Corbin's kind of been saved with that. Karrion could go back to NXT. He might not be as dominant as he was, but won't be far off. So I would maybe put him back to where he was. Right, let's move.
My biggest thing with Kross, remember the Adam Cole promo where I completely buried him?
Yeah.
Everything Adam Cole said in that promo was spot on.
Yeah, and we're seeing it play out now. Right, let's move into the triple threat US title match. We've got Logan Paul defending against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. It's going to be fought above a Prime logo. Does that mean that Logan Paul's retaining?
Yes. Wow, I was going to go.
I think he retains as well. I think he's retaining as well, because I think
what do you think of the
Owens
Prime
and Orton.
Don't even spoke about this. What do you think of the Prime thing?
I get it because of the money it'll bring in, but I don't like a Prime logo. But I don't like that. UFC, I get it because it's a bit more sport. Boxing, I get it.
If it wasn't in the ball. See, if it was just the word Prime, I think it'd look better.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, I don't like it.
It doesn't need to be in the middle of the ring as well.
No, see, if it was just 4 primes at like the corners, I think that'd look better.
Yeah. Or in the
like
turnbuckles.
AEW have the DraftKings.
And the Ric Flair Woo energy drink.
Is that in the canvas?
I think so.
I remember the DraftKings before.
Yeah, the
DraftKings be like 4 in the corners. I think that would look better if it was 4 primes in the corner, but big planted in the middle of the ring. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I don't like it. But in terms of this match, Scott, we're both kind of going for Logan Paul. I think there'll be a wee bit of mixed communication between Owens and Orton. I think Paul wins with his brass knucks. You might see a wee bit of interference from some of Paul's goons. Maybe his brother. I think he might even build a tag match. KSI maybe, yeah. I think Paul retains because, again, I don't think it's time to stop. I don't think it's time to take away his belt yet.
No, I saw like LA Knight's again, which we're going to.
Yeah, let's get into him right now. LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Scott, I don't know if I'm mad keen on this match. I think it will be 2 terrific performers. Do you think LA Knight's lost his steam?
Yes and no. Yes, in terms of the booking, but he's still getting massive reactions.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time you hear that sting, the crowd erupts.
Yeah. I think that again it was difficult because I wasn't complaining when he was against Roman, but I think you have him win here, and Styles is a perfect guy to have a match with in the future. Pretty good, to be fair. The build's been pretty good. Like Knight going to his house,
Did
and
you see them scrapping the
this
press
is
already?
yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, like Knight. This is good. This is good. I think we might see a different. I think we might hear a new AJ Styles theme for what I'm hearing as well. Like I think we could have a pretty much a rebranded AJ Styles. I'm interested to see if Styles works any different, considering the fact that he's not too different in the ring. But is this maybe going to be Styles Nakamura Mark II? But I think this could be the show stealing, and it just turns out to be all right.
I think it needs a step. False count anywhere or something.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I would be surprised if that happens as well. Both going early night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think he's going after Logan after this. So
Yeah, I think he beats Logan in Cleveland at SummerSlam.
Oh, that's not a bad shout.
Yep.
See that happening.
I think Knight. Again, I get why they haven't done it at WrestleMania. I think Knight needs that big win just to get him back. See, when he came out and interrupted Roman's entrance, that's when I thought, right, this is the guy. This is where they're going down the route with him. Maybe not winning the belt, but he's going to look amazing and not winning it. I think he needs this win, and I think AJ's the guy to do it. Next match. If you'd said to me at the Royal Rumble what match you're looking forward to the most, I would have probably said Io Sky and Bayley. I think the build to this has been pretty lackluster, but I still think Bayley wins.
Yeah, probably. Do we see NXT Bayley?
Maybe.
I'm talking
Maybe.
Tube Men,
Buddies, yeah.
Side Pori, Everton.
Yeah.
The theme.
Yeah, possibly.
I can see that happening.
Yeah,
but
if that's happening, though,
she's
winning.
Yeah,
I think she's winning. I feel a bit for Rio because she's had some great matches, but the reign just hasn't been what it should have been. It's been okay.
With the build, the segment on SmackDown where it was the week after the Rumble, 2 weeks after the Rumble, where Bayley turns on them and they'll beat her up. They had the backstage thing where you had Bayley's face in the background or whatever. That should have been him 3-4 weeks after it.
Yeah.
I would have waited for that segment.
I didn't need to go happen straight away. I get because of the reactions Bayley was getting, fair enough, and that's kind of why she won the Rumble to begin with. But in terms of the match, it's kind of... I think the Dakota Kai stuff, I got why they did it, but now she's nowhere near it. I mean, she's not... I mean, it's completely...
She's getting pinned in a 6 match. She's getting pinned in woman the night before.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we both agree Bayley wins, and I think we'll probably move on to a decent title reign. I think Bayley will probably, I don't know, might see Bayley and Io have a couple of matches, and then you might bring some Tiffany. Do you know what I mean? It could be Bayley Tiffany going forward or something.
Have you seen the report today from Fightful about the original plan for this?
No.
There was small rumours about Mercedes being sort of helping Bayley. Well, Sasha Banks would have been come back and help Bayley. Okay. But the original plan was Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair and Io Sky?
No, the original plan was having Charlotte Flair in Bayley's corner.
Right. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens because she's looking. She can walk. She might not do anything. She can walk.
It's mental. Like, did she not do her ACL?
Yeah, completely. I think she done more than her ACL. I think she did pretty much
her
everything in
her knee.
I think. Yeah. And
wild.
It would be unbelievable if she came back. She might just do something and then disappear again, but we might see something.
Like,
I don't think it needs it though.
For example.
Yeah, I don't think that needs it. I don't think it needs it though. I think just do it one on one. I don't even think that.
Maybe after the match, you get Bayley up against. Maybe you get Bayley, Jade, Bianca, and Naomi against the 4 of them, and then Charlotte. Maybe they get beat. Maybe there's a chair or something involved, and Charlotte comes out. to even up. Something like that.
Possibly. Right, let's move into the World Heavyweight Championship penultimate match. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. CM Punk as special guest commentator. Is Drew finally doing it in front of a crowd?
Until Monday, I was saying 100%. There's a small part of me that thinks Drew's going to win the title in Glasgow.
Okay.
But I'm getting no. I'm not, that's not my final prediction. That's just a thought. So calm down. I think I'm going to stick. I think Drew wins a safer bet. But I would not be shocked if they did the rematch and had Drew win at Glasgow.
So who you got? Are you going with Drew or are you going with Seth?
I'm going with Drew.
Right, I'm going with Drew as well. And I'm going with Drew for three reasons. One, it's probably the hottest he's been since he won the Rumble. Right?
Yeah.
2, Punk's there. It's more Drew. Do you know what I mean? Drew and Punk is a bit more at the moment. And 3, Seth's been complaining about his back. He's just coming off a knee injury. I think Seth takes some time away, and I think he deserves as much time as he needs because he has been so good as champion. And his work in this feud with the Bloodline has been sensational.
The night before to look at as well. And also, you've got that, so even if, let's say, Seth blows out his knee the night before, because Seth, he loves to blow out his knee. Say Seth does his knee the night before. Drew you can look at it, Drew's won the title because of the Bloodline, which is the whole reason he turned heel, because he didn't win the title because of the Bloodline. So you've got that sort of mirroring thing as well. So, I think Drew wins.
Drew wins, right. So, what happened? Does Punk get involved? Does Punk have any sort of interference, or does he just sit at the commentator and pretend he's Jesse Ventura?
Can he?
I don't know. No, I don't know.
You can probably chuck a drink at someone.
Yeah.
Chuck a bottle of Prime at someone or something.
Yeah. Right, final match, and I think could potentially be one of the best WrestleMania moments of all time. Roman versus Cody, the rematch from last year. Scott Young, is he finishing the story? Is Cody ending the reign of Roman?
I bloody hope so. It's what it's weather. But he better. I'm going to go Cody. It has to be Cody. Because if he doesn't, may as well just retire the belt or something.
Yeah.
I've got a Hulk Hogan shaped thing in the back of my head, thinking that Roman's going to beat Hogan's reign.
You can't see the thing is, if Cody loses, he can't. The story's pointless.
The story's done. Whether he finishes it here, aye.
It's got to be here. It's got to be with the deck stacked against him with Bloodline rules. We're going to see Jimmy. We're going to see Solo. We're going to see Rock come out. We're going to see Jay.
Yeah.
You want to say who we're going to see? Who else we're going to see coming out? You go one, I'll go the other. No, we won't. I don't think. Well, I don't think Seth will be able to.
I think we'll hear the glass shatter.
We'll hear the glass shatter, and we'll hear. Your time is up. My time is now. Cena takes care of Solo. Rock, Scott, Cody all to himself, and then we hear the glass shatter. I just had
a thought, a horrendous thought. You know, I just said that Roman might beat Hogan's reign.
Yeah.
Imagine
do not say Hulk Hogan. No, surely not. It'd be hilarious, but no.
We had Real American because Hogan doesn't want Roman to beat his reign.
Bit weird, wouldn't it? Nah.
It came out. I don't know if you heard it. It came out this week. Cena apparently is not allowed to do anything physical. Don't know if you read this.
He wasn't allowed to do anything physical at 32. He wasn't allowed to do anything physical at 35. Doesn't need to do anything physical. All he needs to do is chase Solo out the ring, because this is all.
Yeah,
Jay can come out. Jay can come out to protect.
It's different now, I think, because 32 wasn't allowed to do anything because of injured.
Mm-hmm.
But his various films have got like insurance, and because he's not. I heard something that's very unlikely we'll see a John Cena match this year, because he's fully booked.
He's doing pacemaker. I think it's a new series of pacemaker, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah. So I don't. Maybe he could just chase solo. Somewhat that'd be fun.
It doesn't need to do anything physical, but Austin Rock, we need to see that one last time. We need to,
Yeah.
and we need to see Rock
Hogan
take
Rock
a
as
stunner
well.
from Austin. We need to see Austin
Hogan
Rock
Rock.
stunner. We need to see a stunner one last time. And here's the thing I would do though. I wouldn't have Roman involved in any of that because Cody needs to beat Roman clean.
Yes.
He needs
I
to
wouldn't
be.
have any of the outside parties touch Roman or Cody.
No. Maybe Cody.
You can have the.
Probably will touch Cody, but not Roman.
You know the event. You know the. Do you remember the Authority Team Cena Survivor Series match?
Yeah.
The Raw
Yeah.
before. You had Cena running himself against about a million folk. The Authority. I think obviously the 5 people were JJ, Steph, Triple H, whatever.
Yeah.
Then one by one they all came out.
Yeah.
I'd have something like that. Just a shot, just a hard cam.
The photo I sent you though was how I want it to be. That's the end game. See the photo I sent you that's on Twitter? Like them just like crowded round. I want Heyman to take a stunner. I think he would in his Hall of Fame week. I think he takes a stunner.
He took a stunner from KO Elimination Chamber. Do you remember that?
That's right. Yeah. I think he would. I think Hall of Fame week, he's getting honoured and rightfully so. He's getting honoured where he should. I think we see it. Do you have the whole roster come out after Cody wins, or do you just have his family?
Do you have Dustin? Can you have Dustin?
I don't think you can, no. I don't think you will now. Like that, any sort of chance was blown after a certain interview. But I think you've Brandy. Yeah, Pharaoh could be there. You might have Brandy. Is it Liberty's daughter?
Yeah.
Is that her name? Yeah, like I think that would be
Brody
cool.
Jr. might be there.
Maybe, yeah, something. Yeah, that could happen as well.
That'd be nice. I'd like to see him do.
Yeah, I'd like that as well. Do you have the roster though? Because Cody's stopped the reign of terror. I mean, do you have that Bret Hart at WrestleMania 10 moment?
I just you said reign of terror. You getting Triple H handling well, aren't you?
Possibly, yeah. I mean that would be cool.
Be centre attention.
Is that too much though? Because of what you might have had before it.
It's Triple H and Mania. He probably gets his own entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 7 matches. There's 7 matches in night 1. Do
you know who would have been good for this? I pray we don't. But before the Rumble, Brock would have been perfect for this role.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Yeah.
But obviously we're not going to get him. Bloody hope we don't get him. But
there's 7 matches in night 1 and 6 in night 2. Does that mean we see Shane McMahon? Something like that. It'll be something like that. Jason Kelsey. I saw Jason Kelsey was linked. I might see something like Jason Kelsey could be there. It'll be something like that. We'll see something. There will be
there's not a host to beat up. Like
no,
last year the Miz was the host that you could very easily have a match with.
Pretty Deadly don't have a match. Taylor Swift attacks Tiffany.
No.
Something like that.
Taylor, as long as Tiffany can Tiffany put her through a table or something?
Yeah. No, but again, so we're both in agreement that the right will be done from last year and Cody will win.
Yes.
Yeah. Does this have the making of an all-time WrestleMania?
Yes.
Let's hope so. Right. We're going to be back next week. We're going to review it. We're going to watch it. We're going to have a busy weekend watching it, Scott. Thank you very much, mate, for going through it with me. Enjoy it. We'll be back next week. Forfeits, yes, sorry. Before we wrap up, right, we've both spent a lot of time thinking about this. Next week, whoever loses the prediction show, if it's a draw, we will do a tiebreaker on the Monday where we'll do something from Monday Night Raw. We'll do a prediction what happens in Raw. If it's a tiebreaker, I don't think it will be because I think I'm going to win. And if I win, Scott has to come on the show next time. And I'm going to give him 10 gimmicks that are the top 10 gimmicks of all time, and he has to go into detail as to why these are. If I lose, which is not happening, I have to say 10 reasons why Tony Khan is the best booker of all time. Tune in for that. It's going to be a show in itself. Scott, mate, I cannot thank you enough for joining me. All the best with WrestleMania, and I will see you next week.
Yeah, mate, I'm buzzing for it. Can't look forward to it. It's going to be an all-timer, I think.
Brilliant. Enjoy WrestleMania, folks, and we will see you all soon. Thank you.